Today I will teach you the chapter packing from Beehive of class 9. The narrator said, I would pack myself. As soon as the narrator Jerome, he said these words, his friends George and Harris, without any objection, they accepted it. The narrator Jerome, he did not like this because he wanted to let them know how to do packing, as he also proclaimed himself to be the best packer in the world. To prove this, to boss his friends, to show his superiority, he wanted them to pack as per his instructions while packing. If they would make, they means George or Harris, if they would make mistake, then the narrator could make them understand how to do packing, and this is how the narrator could show his superiority and to boss the friends. But the friends George and Harris, they accepted his offer without objection, so he did not do that. After that, he remembered one time when he was young and working with a man. That man used to sit on the sofa and looking at him while he was working and enjoying his work, doing labor hard. And that time the narrator was not able to object this one, but now he is saying as a grown-up man he could not tolerate such kind of thing, that he is working and the people are sitting. However, he said these words, he himself started packing, and it took a little longer time to pack. He was getting irritated, and anyhow he managed to pack the bag. Then George and Harris, they were enjoying the moment. Harris asked the narrator, and you going to pack your boots? The narrator understood this time. Harris and George, they waited for his complete packing so that they could enjoy my problem. They could enjoy when I will reopen the bag and put the boots again. And this is why they were just trying to laugh at me and make me fun. So it made the narrator very irritated. The narrator told about one thing. He used to forget whenever he is going on a trip, and what he used to forget, that is the toothbrush. And then he said ki whether he has packed the toothbrush or not, in that dilemma confusion he used to leave until he is already on the trip. He in the night time saw the dream, and that he got to know he did not pack his toothbrush, so he got perspired, sweated, and when he woke up found himself cold with the sweating. And then he put the toothbrush in the bag. In the morning time when he got up, he found he has no toothbrush, so he had to reopen the bag for brushing his teeth. And then when he is going on the trip, that is going to the station for his trip, on the way he remembered he has not packed his toothbrush. He had to run, come back to his upstairs, and then taking the toothbrush, putting in the hanky, and then rushing to the station. Now what happened, the narrator, he forgot to pack, I mean to this, he packed the toothbrush, but he forgot where he had packed in the bag. So he opened the bag, took out each and every mortal items. It means whatever he packed, the goods in the bag, each and every he took out, then jotted them and put around the things like they were scattered. in the same manner when the world before the creation was, in the scattered manner. This is finally he got a toothbrush, one of his boots, and then at 10:05 p.m. he completed his packing. Then George this time asked him, are you not going to pack your soaps? Then he said, whether I have packed or not, I'm not going to pack. And why did he say this? Because now, so far, he has got very much exhausted, and therefore he said this. Then George and Harris again asked him, have you packed the hamper? Then he got remembered he has not packed his spectacles. So he opened the bag to take back his spectacles, and then he was again very much tired, having known he has not put the hamper in the bag. Then George and Harris reminded him only 12 minutes are left, and 12 hours they had to start their trip. And therefore, George and Harris offered him let the rest of the packing on them. And the narrator accepted it, and after that, they started packing with breaking a cup of tea. The second thing they made the miss while packing is George and Harris, they put the tomatoes at the bottom of the bag, and then on the tomatoes they placed heavy strawberry jam, which caused the tomatoes to get squeezed. Then George and Harris, with the help of teaspoon, scraped out the entire squeezed tomatoes. The third thing they made the mistake that they put the pie cakes, which is a soft item, again at the bottom of the bag, and over it they place heavy items in the bag, which also caused to spread the whole pie cakes in the bag, and then they had to scrape it out with the teaspoon. And then fourth thing that they make the blunder mistake, that is here George stepped on the butter. Butter stuck to his slipper, and then he took out that butter, and then George placed on the chair. Then that time Harry sat on the chair, and due to this, that butter stuck to his back, and he started looking for it. George was saying, where is this? Just now I had put, and where has it gone? How it is possible? It's incredible. And then Harris was saying, yes, I swear, I have seen you putting it on the chair just in a minute, and where it can go. Oh my God. Then both in the center of the room started his move to the another direction, and then George to the another direction, and both moving in the room and coming ultimately in the center of the room, having not found the butter there. And then the narrator said, I have never ever seen for only the 2 to 3 pence worth some of this butter item, the seeing this type of people so much worried and then in trouble. Finally, here George saw the butter on the back of the Harris. Then he said, hold, this is what here you have. And then holding him, and at that time, uh, Harris, he swirled on his foot, and then said, yeah, looking back, here, yes. And then that butter took out from there and placed in the teapot. That was the fourth blunder they together made. Now there is the entry of another fourth character, and that is Montmorency. Montmorency is a dog who is highly mischievous, and he has ambition in his life to create so much troublesome and nuisance for a person and the people that they would throw the things on his head, and then at least for an hour abused him. And then only Montmorency's his self-satisfaction he had. And then he said his day was not wasted. When he was abused for an hour, by any person, then he had a conceit, that is a pride or arrogance. He has troubled someone, that that person abused him for an hour. That kind of Montmorency was a nuisance, a great nonsense being. And what he did now, his contribution in the packing, this is all about. Montmorency, he is a kind of a great nuisance, and he created nuisance. Whenever the things George and Harris they were trying to put in the bag, he used to use his nose to poke them, and also his nose was running, that is drenched, so that also drenched the hands of them and then items. That also created trouble in packing, and they were getting late. Having seen so many times Montmorency was creating problem, so George and Harris blamed the narrator Jerome K. Jerome for this encouraging Montmorency. The narrator said that this is in him by birth, so it is not me who made this or encouraged him. Then after that, Montmorency pretended to kill three rats. He put his head under the hamper and then pretended to kill three rats, but he spoiled three lemons. This is about Montmorency and his contribution in packing. Now here, when the packing was completed, and then that was the very late in the night, and that was the time that Harris he wanted to sleep outside. And when he asked narrator where he would like to sleep, then he said indoor. He said, what an ode you are saying. And then they had a toss, and in the toss, this is the narrator won, and then the decision according to the narrator, they had to sleep indoor. Then the time was come when the actually George asked, at what time will I make you both of you get up in the morning time? Then Harris again said that he wanted to get up at 7 o'clock, and narrator said that he wanted to get up at 6 o'clock because he needed to write some letters. And on when it happened, they had a verbal fight for some time. Meanwhile, George was fast asleep, and when they have resettled their time, that is 6:30, to get up in the morning time, and when they moved to tell about this to George, the George was sleeping deeply. So they placed there a tub near to George. When he would get up in the morning time, then he will take the bath. I hope you have understood the whole story and this is beneficial for you. And I hope if you are benefited even a bit, you definitely give a thumbs up and then you press the icon bell as well as so that you will get the notification, and you also subscribe my channel if you are new to my channel. Thank you very much. For the next topic, I'll come back soon.